Even if the following matches reality, we have to do our fight to become free and independent, and we still have to do our best to help preserve freedom for others as well. Being free of ideological convictions doesn't mean abandoning God and succumbing to dictators and tyrants. The foreword to Life After Death, a guide to the unimaginable wonders of afterlife. When the left is in power, the right suffers, and vice versa. You may have wondered why there is this unbridgeable gap between the two sides. I think humanity was created bipolar in order to have never-ending conflicts that force us to think, which guarantees the evolution of the mind. However, the real point of my writing is that one must eventually free one's mind from the role of being a leftist or a rightist, must be able to relate to the entire scale of reality. One cannot be a prisoner of ideological convictions. I believe that only a liberated mind is considered worthy by the Creator to be saved and transformed to a higher form of existence. Most likely, other criteria must be met as well. Here is how I envision this transformation. As much as I have thought about it, this was the only way I could imagine my mind, my soul, consciousness, bioelectronic file, or let's call it Human Operating System, or HOS, surviving the death of my body, and I might never have come to this realization without certain knowledge of computer technology. So, you, not your body, but you, the HOS, the Human Operating System, which is as immaterial as a file on a computer hard drive, you are just as relocatable as a computer file. You function in your body as long as your body, the hardware, can keep you alive. As I understand it, you are about as superior to a computer file, such as a Windows operating system, as the Creator is to man. I didn't stop here because I was also looking for an answer to the question, what happens when a person becomes a pumpkin in old age? Alzheimer's, senility, etc. The possibility I found was that you, your bioelectronic file, the HOS, are constantly being saved, like text when we type on a word processor, so that what we already have cannot be lost. The Creator will work with the best self-developed you, HOS, stored. Obviously, this would mean that you were deemed worthy of not getting deleted. All this happens wireless, of course. The Creator surely has such technology, and much more. After all, where else would we have received our technology from? The wireless uploading of our HOS can be easily imagined. The universe is full of energy. That's where our brain gets its electricity from, which then it converts and sends through our nerves to make our heart beat. As for the Creator's laboratory in the universe, well, use your imagination. We should probably mention dreams here as well. I believe that in the HOS there is a video editor, just like, for example, in the Windows operating system. The brain continually receives oxygen, the blood circulation never stops, so it needs to do something while we are asleep. our video editor kicks in and puts together various presentations using the accumulated information stored in memory. Just like any other functioning, this video creation is not happening in the brain, but rather in the HOS that works on the circuitry of the brain. Similarly, a Windows video is created by the video editor of the Windows operating system that works on the circuitry of the Central Processing Unit, the CPU, of a computer. So the brain, the CPU of the body, makes it possible for you, the HOS, to function, just like the CPU of a computer makes it possible for a computer operating system to function. Of course, hardware and operating system depend on each other. They have a symbiotic relationship. One cannot work without the other. It's not to say that you, the HOS, could not exist without a brain, and of course the peripheral support mechanism, the rest of the body. You could exist while not alive, being stored who knows where by the Creator, just as a computer operating system can be stored on a data storage device. Of course, it needs to be emphasized that an HOS is probably as much more sophisticated compared to a computer operating system as the Creator compared to man, that is, incomparably. Well, will you be deleted as a corrupt and not sufficiently self-developed operating system? Or will you be saved and uploaded to an unimaginably perfect body of some sort and continue your existence in a higher realm we refer to as heaven? Do you still think of God as an old man with a long gray beard, or accept the idea of a truly supernatural entity that has the capacity to operate in the big unknown we call universe? Perhaps we'll never know, but it's quite possible that God has agents among us whose role is to chase us, to kick our lazy butts, to make sure evolution happens. They would surely have above average intelligence. They would be the ones to receive knowledge from God, to advance our technology, and they would be the ones to do whatever it takes, even cheat, lie, or kill if or when necessary to move us forward. Obviously, part of their role is to try to mislead us, so the Creator can see who is able to recognize the traps and strong enough to resist the temptations. And they are probably the ones to help God bring this phase of the human experiment to an end when the time comes. We can only speculate whether these agents, perhaps the so-called globalists, are in the know, and whether their tickets to heaven are already paid for.